All right, so let's take a look at what you're doing in our last session that we meet together in synchronous fashion. And so this is a little bit different. It's kind of a pickup from the first session we had together where you all snapped a shot of a message that said something to you. So we delve a little bit deeper as we conclude this class in seeing how they do it across multiple channels and in different ways. And so this is something you're going to have to do in the next 2 weeks, and that is to focus on the importance of digital communications as they relate to marketing. And you're to create a slide with screenshots that showcase an effective multi-channel digital marketing brand initiative. So I actually put together this morning, I just put together just a couple things that I just came to my mind very quickly and how you do this. Here I want you to kind of look at, identify a few of your favorite brands and register for newsletters, follow them on social media, and review their available content. Take notes on organic content and paid media. So this is just something very fast I put together, and like how you might want to approach it. And then everybody in session 14, and I realize it will take about 2 minutes per person, and then and it will take most of the session since there are, I don't know, what are there? Let's see, right now there are 14 of us in the session. So it will take most of the session for us to go through these. But this is going to be a sharing kind of ending note for the course, and looking at kind of a more comprehensive look at marketing and a specific focus on the digital landscape. So this is what I put together this morning. I looked at 2 brands. How did I decide these brands? Oh, I just took ones that came to the top of my head. My daughter loves Nicole Miller. I like Nicole Miller. So I thought, okay, that's a brand. Let me see what I can find. Where do I begin? Well, obviously, you begin with probably, SEO, type in the keywords. You see where that leads you in terms of Facebook. Whoops, here, I need to have my little pointer finger. Facebook, the ability to communicate with the customer. There you see it. Kind of outlets for shopping. That might be another. This is an Amazon site. Is this one? I've got to look. Is this again, asking for comments. So this is Pinterest. I also did it for something I'm doing for now, and that is more Trex furniture. I like Trex as a brand. I kind of gravitate to Trex. And so I wanted to look more at how Trex speaks to the audience. And here I put down the major questions. Who are they targeting? On the Nicole, it was interesting because I looked at, my daughter, me. We have a good experience with Trex. Yeah, and I have too. So for the Nicole Miller, I was kind of looking at it in terms of age categories, and I'm a very different age group than my daughter. And, I would be kind of looking into kind of inside views, maybe through some of their blogs, what have you, of how they might be responding more to my age group. Is it effective? How do they measure? So measurement, obviously the first thing that came up actually in a Google search was to look at this. Was their market performance? That's one way. Shopping, call to action, here. Sources related to Trex. Again, I got with the Google search, and then I went into, what is this? So is this Facebook? Oh, Twitter. Okay, so here, different other channels to look at, such as Twitter, and this one, I've got to go back to my big screen. The Trex company, I can't even see what that is. So I hope you're beginning to get the idea of how you begin to put something together to talk about and ask these major questions. Now, how do you do it? I think, to be very honest, the easiest way to do screen capture is, for me, I use the Windows snipping tool. So it's a Windows accessory tool. For those on Apple, you're going to have to search for your own. I'm not as familiar with that platform. So for Windows, it's easy. I get the snipping tool, and then I build it in PowerPoint here, and then just converted it Oh, then I can use a PowerPoint just to load onto the whiteboard, so that's fine. Or I could have converted it to a PDF. You could have also done it in a Word document, just cluster these, capture these in, in a Word file, and then. But if you use a Word file, remember you've got to convert it to a PDF file. It's Command Shift and 3. Okay, thanks for that, Ali. So you don't have to explain everything. Here are those 4 questions. But those are the ones that you're going to have to talk about. So we want you to look more comprehensively, at, a brand and how that brand, is woven, through many different platforms that speak to you. So again, that comprehensive look. You might want to go onto blogs. You might want to sign up for their newsletters. There's lots of different ways, how we do measurement, whether the likes, the followers, and so forth, how many people are on that blog. So a lot of different ways that you can do this assessment, this little mini assessment. So that's your marching orders for session 14 for the final sync session for this class.